Hello, everyone. It's me, Carmela. I'm just reaching out, wanting to say hello and see how you all are doing. I hope, being that this is Hump Day Wednesday, or Wednesday Hump Day, whichever way that goes, middle of the week, that just hoping that you're doing well. Hopefully, you're managing diabetes and it's not managing you. Hope your numbers were looking good this morning. You were feeling well this morning. If they were not good this morning, they're just numbers. Don't take them too seriously. Don't take them so seriously that, it messes with your motivation and keeps you from being able to move forward throughout the rest of your day. Just look at those numbers for what they are. They are tools, identifiers, alarms in some ways, just to let us know where we stand. So if that number is high, then the first thing we want to do is get real. Let's get honest. What did I do? What caused this to be high? And how can I change that? Just try not to do the same thing. Try to take one step forward to be different. So if you ate a portion of carbs that was too large and you didn't have any movement and you just kind of went to sleep on all that fuel, no, today I'm not going to do that. Today I'm going to walk a little bit more, or watch my portion size, or not eat so many carbs at dinner time. But don't make it a big deal. It's important, and we know that. Nobody has to tell you that this is important. But don't let it bog you down. Just make the choice you need to make the rest of the day be a good day. So, I know I posted in the group and on the page that I've written a book. Who can believe it? I barely believe it. Writing a book has been on my bucket list for some time now. I never could have imagined that diabetes is what I would have been writing about. When I started this journey with my son, I never thought that I would be helping other people, but God created me a certain way, and He created me to be an advocate. He created me to be a helper. He created me to be an encourager. And those are things I just have to share. I just cannot keep them to myself. And after just learning, what I've learned about diabetes type 1 and about type 2 and what it's like being a caregiver of a diabetic, I just know that we need to start having a new conversation. We need to, change things around and start looking at this from a different way. Hey, LaTanya, thank you for jumping on. I hope I didn't miss you, but thank you for supporting. But we need to change the conversation. We need to really refocus our conversation on, acknowledgement of what's happening here. I don't know about everybody else, but in my community, when I was growing up at my dinner table and at all of my celebrations, we had diabetics that were around us. And a lot of times those diabetics did not do the things that were best for their health. A lot of times they did the same things everybody else did. And let's just be real. Just because everybody else was doing it didn't mean they were really okay doing it. But if their pancreas and their cells were doing what they needed to do, they could get away with it. And diabetics can't. So I lived around some what I call hidden diabetics. And it wasn't until my son was diagnosed with diabetes that I started to learn what it means to be diabetic and how your life changes and the things you have to do just to stay alive. And that's when I realized some of my relatives were not doing the right things. And I also realized the family wasn't being as supportive as we could have been. I also realized that instead of kind of asking them, are you sure you're supposed to be eating that? Should that be in your cup? Did you have 12 of those today? Instead of kind of grilling them and being judgmental, we should have been asking different questions. Would you like for me to go to your appointment with you? Is there anything that I can do to help you? Do you know, how to meal plan? Do you need me to go with you to the store to help encourage you, to get the right things that you should eat? Unfortunately, we didn't give the right kind of support to our diabetic relatives, and for that I feel bad about it, because we didn't know, and neither did they. They didn't know what they needed to even tell us how to help them. So I'm a very thorough and detailed person, and I have to know a lot just to do a little. And I've approached diabetes that exact same way. So I've learned a whole lot in a very short amount of time. My son has this will be his 4th year diabetic, but he's doing well. And I've helped some other diabetics that I didn't even anticipate helping. And so that's what I'm here to do now. I wrote this book because I want to encourage and motivate and inspire the hidden diabetics, the diabetics who might even be in denial. I don't really like using that word because to me it implies, a lot of negativity, I guess. But maybe that's just me. You let me know in the comments what you think. But the truth is, a lot of diabetics in my community that I know that sit around our holiday tables and Sunday dinners, we're not acknowledging and admitting the truth of where we are and the truth of how it's impacting our lives. And I believe if we just get down to accepting our diagnosis, we can really make some huge strides in avoiding amputations and blindness and heart attacks due to uncontrolled diabetes and strokes due to uncontrolled diabetes management. So I just want to be a part of the solution. That's my only goal. This is my only goal. I want to be a part of the solution. I want to make sure that type 2 diabetics know how to best manage their condition. And if you know how to manage, I want to encourage you and encourage you and encourage you again to keep doing it every single day. It gets tough. We get down on ourselves and it's very hard. Lots of judgmental people and things all the time. I mean, who knew that a glucometer, a little meter, could judge you? When you see that big number come across the screen, you definitely feel judged. Oh, here I go. I didn't do good. This is bad. And all the negative stuff plays in our head. We can't afford to hold on to that. We need to acknowledge it, look at it, use it to move forward. So my goal is here to coach people who need to figure out why they're stuck. And sometimes that takes for us to go pretty deep and dig into some things. And for that, I've created a coaching program that's going to be 8 weeks to help you really dive deep and figure out what it's going to take for you to move over some of your hurdles. I'm also going to be doing some assessments and strategy sessions for us to, maybe you don't need long-term help, maybe you don't really need to go deep, but you do need a plan. You do know what you're doing now is not working. You do know you need more information. And that's where we can, work together and do some strategy sessions to make sure you have the plan in place that you need. Ultimately, this book is just basically a love letter to diabetics, the ones who are having a tough time, who are struggling and can't find the will to really keep pushing on, And I want you to reset, to get clear, to reset and re-engage in your diabetes management process, because you deserve to live. You deserve a good life, and you deserve not to be on all this medication if you don't have to be. I know there's this whole big deal about diabetes being reversed and diabetes not being reversed and who gets it and who doesn't get it. All I know is if you live the best life you can and you make the best choices you can, good things will come out of that. So I just want to be a part of that. I just want to support you in any way I can. And I hope you check out the book when it's available. It's coming out February 14th, Valentine's Day 2017. And the day after, I plan to be offering a webinar so that you can learn more about the course to see if that's a good fit for you. But for now, I'll let you go. Just want you to know that those numbers on that meter, they're just numbers. Do pay attention because they're our guide. They tell us how to do, how much to do, and when to stop. But don't let it seep into your brain in the wrong way. Be well, test often. Have a good day.